What does high score mean? New high score, is that bad? What does that mean? Should I break it?
Hello everyone and welcome to Veteran Gaming. I am Aaron. And tonight in King Arthur Legends Rise, we're going to be talking about the first Gatekeeper boss, the first Gatekeeper dungeon in the restricted area, and that is the Plane of Beasts with the demonic boar that everyone hates, right? And this boss is absolutely necessary because you're winning these mythic mana orbs, rare mana orbs, all the different colors, flavors of those Skittles down there, which are going to help you get your heroes advance, right? Because your heroes get experience from just playing the game, whatever they're doing. But they're going to hit those walls at level 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. And you need those orbs to get it over each of those humps. So if you can't get a hero up to level 60, it doesn't really matter what your relics are and all the advancements and skill ups and stuff, right? Like, you have to get that hero up to 60. And it's the first dungeon that unlocks, so that's why I'm saying this is the first true Gatekeeper in the game. So you're going to want to pick some heroes that you can knock down this. That way you can get your whole crew up to level 60. So we're going to talk about the boar himself, a little bit of strategy of how to fight him, and then we're going to focus on some of the best legendary and rare heroes that'll help you take out the demon boar. So without further ado, let's dive right in, and I want to talk a little bit of boss strategy here. So the first thing we need to know about this boar is not right there. Here we go. Multi-hitters and additional attacks are big for this Penvade? I don't know how to say it. The boar, right? Because he puts up a barrier to protect himself. You have to knock down that barrier before you can do any damage. So if you have multi-hitters like Tristan and Kay, each one of those hits is going to take a tick off of that barrier. And then once the barrier is destroyed, then you can go ahead and do damage. So that's why it's saying it's going to recommend those heroes. But if you go into this particular level, you can actually see the boss's abilities, right? So the first thing to notice are, when he starts out the battle, he's going to have a left and a right tusk. They have different effects. The left one's going to reduce your attack gauge, and the right one is going to attack twice and just do damage. So my recommendation would be to take out the left tusk first, because you definitely don't want debuffs on your team, especially ones that hurt your attack gauge. So try to get that left one out first, and then take out the right one. The other thing I'll throw out there is they have a passive. When they are destroyed, they will actually put a decreased attack on the boar. It's on the ally, not on your team, on the boar. So my recommendation is kill the left one, and then do damage to the boar himself. Let him carry that attack decrease debuff for the full 3 turns. Once that goes away, then go ahead and hit the right tusk all the way down, and that will put a decrease attack debuff on the boss all over again. That way you can get 6 full turns of taking out the boss while he has that decreased attack debuff on him. Because if you kill him at the same time, then it's a bummer, right? Then you've wasted a turn or two of that debuff on the boss. So try to space those out if possible. Another thing to remember here is he has abnormal status immunity, so you can put like decreased speed, decreased attack, all that kind of stuff on him, but you're not going to be able to like mind control him, obviously. And then he is going to get raged after 20 turns and start doing a ton of damage. So you do want to try to take him out quickly, but it might be one of those things like save, if you think you're going to hit that timer on that rage after 20 turns, then maybe save one of those tusks as long as possible. Maybe soak up that damage a little bit from the tusk, because then you can limit his damage when he's raged. Just a couple of things I'm throwing out there. He also takes really reduced dot damage, so things like poison and fire and burn aren't really going to hurt him that much. You want big time multi-hitters. So now that we talked about how to defeat the boar, let's talk about some of the heroes that do a great job of it. When you're getting into your legendaries here, you really have a lot of options if you also have relic options. Like Lot is only really a good answer for this boss in his storm condition, right? Because he only has a 1-hitter on the A1, but on the A2 he has a 3-hitter, and then on the A3 he has a 3-hitter. If you're getting into these other Frost and Fire, they don't have those. Well, he's got a 2-hitter there, but then he's just got buffs there, so he doesn't have that other multi-hitter. Same thing here in Fire, right? One enemy 3 times, but then when you get to this one, it's just an AoE. That's a 1-hitter. So Lot's not particularly that strong unless you get him in Wind. So a lot of the heroes are like that, right? I'm going to refer to my list. Lot in Storm, Claudius in Cold, Lancelot in Cold, Tristan in Wind and Fire, Bedivere in Fire, Sigrun, Note, Jillian, Fire and Frost, Clarice in Fire and Wind, Ian Sergius and Florentius are Nose. Iraret, Iwi, the new one, is also a pretty decent addition here. You can use multiple relics on her because she's basically just buffing, marking, and attacking multiple times. So, haven't had a chance to play with her yet, but she is a strong hero choice for the Plane of Beasts also, if you're going to go ahead and pull. Now, the 4 that I haven't mentioned at all, of course, are the real aces for this event: Merlin, Morgan, Gawain, and Guinevere. All of them, on every single relic they have multi-hitters that can do a ton of damage. Tristan specifically has a ton of multi-hitters. Gawain, Guinevere, Merlin, like I said, Merlin is a huge one. I mean, he's got multi-hitters on every ability. 3 times on the A1, 4 times on the 2, and then AoE 2 times on the 2. On just the wind. So he's got some really, really great abilities. He's a great DPS all around. You're probably already maxing him anyway, but if you've got Merlin, Morgan, Gawain, Guinevere, those champions are going to take you far, far, far in this event. All right. Obviously, the legendaries are good. Let's talk about some rares. And I'm not going to hit every single one here, but I want to talk about some that everybody gets and some that are absolutely monsters inside this event. So first of all, let's talk about Arthur, because everybody gets Arthur. Unfortunately, Arthur only really helps you here in the wind for the most part. He's got a 2-hitter on the A1. He's got a buffing on the A2, which is always nice. And then he's got a 3-hitter on the A1. The other Frost and Fire, really not that helpful. K is an absolute monster in all aspects of the game. Make sure you're putting work into K. She is so, so, so good. Every relic here, she's got multi-hitters and big multi-hitters. 4 times, 5 times, 4 times. And that's on just the wind. I mean, all of these Fire, 5 times, 4 times, 2 times. All of her relics are very, very good. She pumps out a ton of damage. She's also helping with her passives with like other stag allies. And she's buffing up. So really, really strong champion in every aspect of the game. But she's really great against the boar. Speaking of boars, we got boars here. Boars and Ban. Boars and Ban are awesome together. But boars specifically if you get the cold relic. Because on the A1 it's a 2-hitter. On the A2 it's a 2-hitter. And on the A3 it's a 3-hitter. But here's the cool thing. As you see Ban's pretty face up here. He's going to attack when boar attacks with the A1. So if you have the cold relic on boars and you're going to use your A1 here, you're going to get a 2-hitter out of boars, and then you have a chance percentage that Ban will also come in on his A1, which by the way is a 3-hitter in cold. I think he's 3-hitter across the board on every relic. Yeah, 3-hitter. So and the same thing, right? When Ban goes and uses his A1, then Boars has a chance to use his A1 also. So when those shields are up, don't use your abilities with Ban and Boars. Save that attack energy for the other heroes, because you're going to get multi-hitters on their A1s, and you're also going to get a chance to bring in the other buddy there to help out also. So Boars cold plus Ban and any relic, absolutely insane. Really good combo. And then the last one, two more I want to talk about. Rosier. Rosier is just, she massacres across the board, all game modes, but she's really phenomenal here. Multi-hitter on the A1 and A3, and she's getting buffs on the A2. And that's in like every relic level, or every storm, fire, frost, whatever you want to call them. She is really, really great. You should be maxing her. She's right up there with K, right? Like, if you have Rosier and K, I unfortunately figured this out too long. My Rosier is not that strong yet. But if you have Rosier and K, they're getting built. Just build them, which is great because the rares are cheaper anyway. And then Ralph is the last one I'll mention here. I don't know how strong Ralph is across the board, but if you need a little bit of extra oomph to get through that boar, Ralph could definitely be your guy. And this is all relics, right? Or all affinities, if you will. 3-hitter on the A1, 4-hitter on the 2, attacks AoE on the A3. This one's 3-hitter, 4-hitter, and a buff for all allies. So he's got multi-hitters on the A1, A2, and his A3 kind of changes but really strong champion because of those multi-hit abilities. So those are just some of the legendaries and rares that I want to get the information out there that you should be focusing on to get down that plane of beast, especially because you're given K right away. You're given Morgan. Morgan is also really, really high on the list because she's got multi-hitters and buffs all over the place and debuffs and stuff. She's just an awesome champion, right? So make sure you're focusing on those heroes. It's going to help you get the board down. That's the first gate to be knocked down. Then you can start worrying about relic level up, skill level up, all the other things inside of this game. Hopefully this helps. If you guys have any information that's going to help out the community, right? If you have a champion that absolutely crushes in the plane of beasts, please put it in the comments section down below. All I'm trying to do is get out good information to help the community. If you enjoyed the video, please give me a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss upcoming content. And as always, guys, have fun. Good luck.
So I got that going for me, which is nice.